Hi everyone, welcome once again. Okay, so someone asked me, why do I always say pray, pray without ceasing, pray always, pray all the time. I keep saying pray, pray, pray. So I decided to answer the person here. It is because prayer is everything. Prayer is everything. Prayer is like a child conversing with the Father. Prayer is like an investment. Prayer is talking to your Father. Prayer is telling your Father. Prayer is like telling your Father your problem, telling your Father your needs, your heart desires. Prayers move mountains. Prayers melt souls. Prayers breaks protocols. Prayer helps all round. Without prayers, I don't know where I would have been today. Without prayers, I don't know what I would have been doing by now and how I would have been living my life. All my life is an evidence of prayer. My life has been an evidence of prayer. Without prayers, I don't know where I would have been by now. That's why I always pray. That's why every time you see me, I always talk about prayers and all that, because I know the effect of prayers in everybody's life. I know the effect of prayers in our lives. I know what prayer does for us. Prayer is just speaking. It's speaking to your Father. Prayer is talking to God. Prayer is like when a child has a problem, you go to your daddy, you talk to your daddy. You tell him your problem. You tell your matters to him. That is what prayer is. If you don't tell your dad, if you don't tell your father your problems, how will he know your problems? How will he solve it when he doesn't know it? But through prayers and supplications, your problems are being made known to your Father. Through prayers and supplications, your problems are being made known to your Father in heaven. It is through prayers that we tell God our problems and He solves it for us. It is through prayers that we tell our matters to Him and He solves it for us without looking back. Prayer moves mountains. Prayer melts souls. Prayer helps. But the thing is, without faith, prayer cannot work. Yes, without your faith, your prayers cannot work. Without your faith, your prayers cannot work. So when you pray, you have to have the faith that it will come to pass, that it will work, that God has heard you. If you ask me, what is prayer like? What is prayer? Or what is prayer like? I will tell you, prayer is like talking to God. Prayer is you making out time to speak to God, to talk to God in your language. Talking to God the way you believe He understands. Prayers are ways spoken to God, either asking or giving thanks to Him for what He has done for you, or asking Him for what you need Him to do for you. That is what prayer is. Sometimes we pray without knowing that the prayers has been answered. Why? Because many things we do have spiritual undertone. Yes, because to win or be victorious physically, you need to prevail. You need to prevail spiritually. You need to pray. That is, your prayer works the spiritual part of your life. Your prayer is the spiritual part of your life. Prayer moves mountains. They said the spirit controls the physical. It is through your prayer that the prayer will go spiritually to move mountains for you before you see the manifestation in the physical realm. Prayer is like an investment that you are bound to withdraw anytime, any day. Prayer is a two-way thing. It is giving thanks to God and asking from God. Either you're giving thanks to God for what He has done, or you're asking Him for a favor or for help for what He needs to do or what He needs to manifest in your life. From the things I've learned in life, it is inevitable to be a winner without prayers. Prayer is mere words. Prayer is talking to your Father in heaven. Prayer is speaking, opening your mouth to ask God what you need to ask Him. Prayer is saying things you want to see come to pass in your life. Prayer is voicing it out or saying it in your mind. You can either say your prayers in your mind or voice it out loud. A friend of mine once told me that, hey, I don't pray. And I told them, it's a lie. You do pray. Because so far as you have the opportunity to wish yourself good, to declare good things in your life, to say good things in your life, to talk into your life, it is prayer. You are praying already. So far as you have time to talk good in your life, to affirm things in your life, you are praying. So far as you wake up in the morning, you declare your day bright and wonderful, you have prayed. You don't need to start shouting, or maybe you can pray anywhere, you can pray anyhow, you can pray anytime and any day. Because I know the advantages of prayer, that's why I always say pray without ceasing. Because when you wake up in the morning and you say good things for your life, about your life or into your life, you've already prayed. So there is nobody in life that will say they've not prayed one way or the other. Yes, we must have done it, but we don't know. Maybe our belief does not allow us to believe that we have prayed. But it is prayer. So far as you have opened your mouth to declare good in your life, that is prayer. Prayer makes you develop relationship with God. Prayer brings you closer to God. Prayer helps you create rapport with God. These are the things prayer does for you. Prayer also helps you gain understanding with God. It helps you get understanding with God's loving nature. Prayer provides answers to all your needs, all your questions. That's what prayer does for you. Prayer also helps you find direction in life. Prayer also gives you strength to avoid temptations when they come your way. Prayer helps you physically and spiritually. Prayer helps you avoid addictions. It helps you abstain from your addictions. Prayer helps you build relationship with God and His angels. Prayer helps you get in alignment with God's will for your life. Prayer also works miracles in our lives. Yes, prayer does so many things for us. This is because prayer helps you connect with the higher power, with the divine, with God. Prayer should be our everyday life. Prayer should be the first thing we do every day, every morning when we wake up. You should pray. Speak good words into your life. Prayer is speaking to your soul, speaking into your life, saying things you want to see come to pass in your life. That is prayer. Because prayer should be our steering wheel, not our spare tire. Prayer should be the first thing we do every single day when we wake up. And the last thing we do when we go to bed. When you're seeking support from the divine, it's through prayers. You can only call on the divine through prayers. You can only call on the angels through prayer. You can call on your guardian angels through prayer. Prayers cannot work without faith. Therefore, you have to apply faith whenever you pray. Make sure to apply faith whenever you pray. Remove every spirit of doubt in you. Matthew 21 verse 22 says, in all things, whatsoever ye ask of, believing, ye shall receive. Whatever you ask of through prayer and believe in it, you will receive it. When you go to the book of Mark, it also says that whatever you pray and believe in it, you will have it by faith in the Lord. That is true prayer. Through prayers, you make your supplications known to God. It is through prayers that you make your needs known to God, that you table every problems to God through prayers. And when you come to 1 Thessalonians, it says, pray without ceasing. Talk to God without ceasing. Always be close to God. Prayer is coming close to God, creating a rapport with God, coming close to God, talking with God. That is prayer. So when you pray, you're creating a relationship with God. That is prayer. Prayer is your power. Prayer moves mountains. Prayer should be your sword. Prayer should be your fire. Prayer should be everything you have in you. Prayer is what you use to rebuke the devil whenever they come. People make spells with the word of mouth. It is through your prayer that you create your own spells to guide yourself, to envelop yourself in God, to protect yourself in God. Prayer is talking with your maker, your creator. Prayer is talking to whom you believe in. That is prayer. And prayer has a whole lot of advantages, because it is through prayer that you make your supplications known to God. It is through prayers that things you need comes to pass. It is through prayers that you make your problems being known to God. That's what prayer can do for you. And you ask, why do you need to pray without ceasing? It is because the enemies and devils fighting you do not rest. They do not rest. They do not stop. They do not break. That's why you need to constantly pray. That's why you need to constantly rebuke. You need to always covering yourself. You need to always devote yourself. You need to always guide yourself, shield yourself. When you're in a war zone, you should always wear your armor. That armor, one, is your prayer. Two, your faith. Always pray without ceasing. The Bible made us know that we are not fighting against physical people, physical things. Rather, we are fighting against principalities and powers in the higher places. Most people that you see that are dead today, they've already died in the spirit realm before they die physically. So the spiritual controls the physical. That's why you should always be strong in the Lord. Learn to pray, learn to stand strong in your prayers, and the Lord will see you through. This is all I want to talk about. Pray or not pray, about this issue of praying. Yes, we always need to pray. We always need to open our mouth and talk to our Creator. You don't need to go to anybody to take permission to talk to God. Nowadays, you talk to Him directly. You call Him whatsoever you like. Then you talk to Him directly. You don't need to go to anybody to tell you how you talk to your God. You talk to Him directly. He is your God. He is your Creator. That's our game. So we should make use of it always. We should always try as much as possible to make use of it. When you have the time, you can open your Bible and read James 5:15 to 16, then Philippians 4 verse 6. You can also open to Luke 18 from verse 1 to 8. All these verses, all these chapters in the Bible talks about prayer. Prayer is so good. Don't hesitate to pray when you need to. Don't only pray when you're in problems. Always pray without ceasing. Prayers helps you. Prayers helps you. Prayers keeps you going. Prayers protect you from the evil eye of the enemy. Prayer guides you. Prayer protects you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. If you're here till this moment, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? I love you.